inside of the Rogers studio for another episode of Knights Talk. I'm your host, Matt Sanderson, alongside with me, Alec, Bolduc, and Emil, Larsen. Guys, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
All right, so I know it's you guys were 2-2 just a week ago. It's you're still back at 500, 3-3 on the season right now. Emil, kind of tell us a little bit about these last two games and what you guys are really trying to take away from them.
Just trying to take as many chances away from them as possible. I mean, it's two very different teams that we played, top and bottom. So just trying to keep a low percentage on the scoring in their end and try to capture as many goals as we can. So,
have you felt like your game has started to elevate a little bit this year? You're leading the team in points, 6 points on the year.
Yeah, a little bit better than last year for sure. As you said, I'm one of the second years here, so I had to show a lot of responsibility on the team. So hopefully it keeps going.
Alec, for yourself, you're one of a handful of guys that are obviously the young guys on the team. You got 2 points on the year so far. Yeah. How are you kind of adjusting to your life with the Meaford Knights?
It's hard to be a rookie this year. We're a lot of rookie, and we try to work hard to win these games and against a good team.
Are you finding that you're starting to adjust a little bit yourself with playing with the Knights?
Yeah, we play against older guys, so we need to adjust fast, and that is it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, let's take a look at kind of what's going on around the league. Let's take a look at the standings first. We'll throw up the North Division standings first, and the New Tecumseh right now rolling 24 points on the season. Mind you, they have played 15 games. They're 12-3 on the year with the Bradford Bulls, Temiskaming Titans, Ville-Marie in there, along with the Bradford Bulls, South Muskoka, West Nipissing, Bancroft, Almaguin, and in 10th place is the Meaford Knights, and then obviously Ottawa after that. You also do have to keep in mind when you do see these stats, please be in mind, some teams have played a lot more games than other teams, so it is kind of stagnant right now, maybe a little bit lopsided, but the Knights look to try to put a little bit of a win streak together here. Let's go over to the South Division. And we'll show you the South Division standings. North York and St. George leading the way there. A point separates those two clubs. Then Kingsville, Windsor, Durham. You also have Niagara, Tottenham, Umberland, London, and Toronto rounding out your top 10 there. And let's go over to league scoring leaders. And Riley Nadeau from New Tecumseh leading the way right now. And he's on a tear. 44 points on the year. 15 goals, 29 assists. And then you have Marc-Antoine Turcotte. You have Zachary Mayhew. You also have Yannick Ethier. You have Matthew Senra from New Tecumseh in there, along with Vincent Ethier and Ryan Drosy, rounding out the top 10 there with 29 points on the season right now from Durham. All right, so we do have some highlights we want to show you. Let's take a look at the highlights from last Thursday night's game.
Trying to get a break here and see if they can win a face-off, which they have been all night.
Meaford wins this one. There's a shot. Tipped in front. Score! Number 67. Cheer for a number of years, and you can't say enough about. There's a goal. The Meaford Knights put one behind.
And Tomori especially, but with Chichiman about to close, I believe. So it'll be interesting to see how. I wonder how they like Meaford.
Great support by the players' parents. Shot scores! What a bullet! Beautiful shot. Here's Larsen. He's going to go for a bit of a skate. Larsen brings it in over the line. He's going to get a chance. Scores! What a kick! My goodness. He would have been away to the races, but a good job by the Ottawa defenseman. Here's a chance. Hillworth again. Scores! Jack Hillworth.
They're in their 2 wins so far this season.
Morehouse trying one. Another shot right on. Wrap around attempt. Where is it? They're saying it's in. It's a Meaford. There's a shot and scores. look like they're going to take this one by a score of 7-0. And they do. Keegan Bradley can celebrate his shutout. 7-0.
And yes, just like Rob Leonard said, a 7-0 victory. So Keegan Bradley gets the shutout in that one. And Emil, you get your first goal of the season. Pretty nifty one at that. Is it nice to kind of get your first one out of the way?
Yeah, I mean they took a point away from me in the other games in Bancroft, so it's nice to get the finally official first goal of the season. So that was a nice touch.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so you have 6 points on the season right now. What do you make of some of these young guys on this squad? Obviously, quite a young team, and you have a lot of guys that left from last year. What are you making of this team as a whole?
A whole team, a bunch of great guys. The work ethic is a lot better than last year, to be honest. Just working and keep head down and work their asses off all the time. So pretty sure in the end of the season we're going to have a good playoff team.
Absolutely. All right, well, let's quickly go and take a look as well at the Meaford Knights scoring leaders. And as you see there, as we've already mentioned, Emil Larsen, he has 6 points on the year. Felix Lecomte, he has 5, along with Thomas Letourneau. You have Ashton Coleman in there. Andy Mathieu with 5 points as well. Riley Bradley. Then you have Jonathan Goslin, Derek Morehouse, Alec Bolduc, and Alex Beardmore with 2 points as well. And that rounds out your top 10 there. And let's take a look at the upcoming games. And you see this Thursday, home to Almaguin, where the Knights look to try to gain a little bit of ground on some of these teams in front of them. They have actually 2 very winnable games against Almaguin and Ottawa, home on Thursday, home on Saturday. So make sure that you can get down to the St. Vincent Community Center for those 2 games. You can see the Knights potentially go on a little bit of a win streak here. That would be nice for them. And then Thursday, October 31st. And then as we get into November, they are away for a couple games. And then Sunday, November the 3rd, in Bradford as well. So they have 3 away games in a row. And then their next, outside of that, their final 4 games in that stretch, 3 of them are home. So that'll be nice for them to be able to round out a little bit of that end of things. So we want to thank you very much for joining us here. It's been a lot of fun. We appreciate it. I know it's only been a couple minutes, guys, but we appreciate you joining us. And we'll see you next week with 2 more members of the Meaford Knights. Until then, get those tickets. Go down to the St. Vincent Community Center. I was able to broadcast those games last year, and I got to tell you, it's a lot of fun, and it's some great hockey. So enjoy, and we'll see you next week. Take care.